Good evening. Welcome to Pillow Talk with Jaye. Want to thank you so much for allowing me to share just a tiny portion of your evening with you. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye. Also, you guys, do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel today. That's the J Spot Radio, and that's Jaye. Subscribe today. We have some exclusive content that's going to be only on YouTube. So definitely do me a favor. Subscribe today. You don't want to miss it. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, tonight we're talking about stop being an option. Stop being an option for people. Sometimes people can get too comfortable with being in a relationship with you and just being with you, period. Sometimes we get comfortable. They stop keeping their word. They stop doing all the things that they did to capture your attention in the beginning. They stopped being good to you. They stopped giving you the time, the attention that you need and that they once were freely giving to you. They tend to disregard how you feel. They disregard your feelings. They disregard everything about the relationship. Nothing about the way they treat you anymore, it matters. They don't care about your happiness. They don't care if you're sad. They don't care about any of that. You've become an option. It doesn't matter whether they talk to you or see you, whether they talk or not. You're an option. Stop allowing people to treat you like an option, because you deserve better than that. You're not a priority to them. You've become just something to do if they think about it. When you request to spend time with them, talk to them, see them, any little thing, they don't have time to talk anymore. Talking to you is the furthest thing from their mind, let alone spending time with you. Again, you've become just something to do when they're bored. You become something to do when they don't have anything to do for that moment. The simplest things that you request to just be around them or be with them, it's now consistently impossible. It's consistently impossible for you guys to get together to just simply have a walk in the park. The simplest request for time, the simplest request for conversations, the simplest request is now impossible. You can't get them on the phone. You can't get them to call you back. You can't get any type of energy from them. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing. It's just like all of the energy is gone. Nothing. They can find time for everything and everyone else except for you. Again, what you want and what you desire is no longer a priority. What you want and what you need is not a priority to them. Their word no longer holds any value to you because they've let you down one time too many. They've let you down too many times to count. Now it doesn't even matter, because whatever they say to you, it doesn't matter. You don't even believe it anymore. You don't get upset. You don't even worry about it anymore. If they say, you know what, we're going out for coffee, we're going to go walk the dog. Guess what? You're not even concerned about it, because they've let you down so many times. You know that there's a great chance that whatever they've just said to you, it's not going to happen. There's no follow through. They'll give you all these empty promises and all these empty things on what they're going to do and what's going to happen, but nothing ever comes to fruition. Their word no longer has any value. So now you're all in your feelings, probably wondering why. And you know what? Sometimes, rightfully so, sometimes you have the right to wonder why. You have the right to wonder, man, what's going on? Like, how do we get here? Like, what is going on? What did I do to deserve this? Why is this happening? Sometimes you deserve to wonder why. Sometimes it's a valid point to wonder why. But here's the deal. A lot of times there is simply a breakdown in communication. You know, sometimes we get content, we get complacent with each other. We get so happy. Listen, we content. We got them now. The hard part is done. We got them. So now we no longer have to do the things that we did to get them, to entertain them, to keep them engaged, because we already got them. So again, sometimes these things, it's just a simple breakdown in communication. You have to communicate with your partner to let them know exactly how you're feeling, and let them know how their action and their lack of attention makes you feel. And when it's simply a breakdown in communication, a lot of times when you communicate that need to your mate or your spouse, a lot of times people are quickly, to get it together. Like you can bounce back from that. A lot of times when it's just really honestly a mishap, it's like, man, we got so comfortable and so complacent with each other. I didn't realize, we start to take each other for granted, and that can happen. But on the flip side, sometimes people become too content in the relationship, and then they forget that they have to continue to feed and water the relationship if they want it to grow. Sometimes we forget to feed it. We forget that the relationships, it requires work. We got to put the work in. We got to put that time in. And a lot of times we get so busy, we forget to do those things. Because again, we're content. We're content. They're not going anywhere. They're here. This is my boo. This is what it is. Forgetting that the relationship is not being nourished. It's not being fed. It's not being watered. And in those situations, you have to communicate that with your partner, because again, with the hustle and bustle of life, we're all busy. Everybody's busy, got a lot going on. This can definitely happen. But then you have those that want their cake and pie both. You're in a relationship that's one-sided. They're single while you're in a relationship that ended a long time ago. You in a relationship that ended quite some time ago, while they're out just living their best life, doing what makes them happy. It doesn't matter to them whether they talk to you or whether they see you. They're living their life, going out with other friends and acquaintances while you're waiting for them to have time for you, while you're waiting for them to remember, wow, hello, I thought we were together. But here's the deal. Folks find time for whom and what they want to find time for. So you have to stop being an option. You're not a plaything. Stop just sitting there waiting for them. So when they come back and decide, I want to play with this toy again. You're not a plaything. Stop waiting for them when clearly they are living their life and enjoying their lives while you sit by on the sideline and watch. You're a spectator in what you thought was a relationship. They're living their life. They're doing their thing. And you're just sitting on the sideline. You're sitting on the sideline as they're living their life. Your life is literally passing you by while you're watching them live their life, live their best life, and while you're waiting for them to pay you some attention. Your life is passing you by. Baby, they are living their entire best life, and you're sitting on the sideline waiting. Sitting on the sideline just waiting for them to pay you some attention. Stop being an option. Take yourself out of the rotation. Don't wait for people to come around. Take yourself out of the rotation. You tired of it? You're tired of being treated like an option? Remove yourself from the situation. Because you deserve better. Get up and live your life. Life is too short to be waiting for folks to value your dopeness. Life is too short for that. Don't try to convince folks that knowingly treat you like an option of your worth and of your dopeness. Don't try to convince, listen, I'm a good man. I do this, I do that. I'm a good woman. I do this. Listen. You don't have to convince people of that. People see it. They either see it or they don't. It's not your job to convince folks that you dope. Don't try to convince them. Sometimes it's just better to just gracefully bow out. Listen, this how you feel, this how you acting. Okay, got you. Don't even worry about it. I'm not going to listen. I wish you well. I'm going to let you continue to live your life, and I'm going to bow out and I'm going to do what's best for me, because clearly you're doing what's best for you. Move on and let someone else discover and appreciate your dopeness. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen the day after that. But I promise you, someone will discover, value, and appreciate your dopeness. But if you decide to journey alone, here's one thing that you must, absolutely must do. And that is, you must stop being an option. You're worth more than that. Stop being somebody's downtime. Stop being folks just something to do. Rediscover your dopeness, walk in it, and live in it. But stop being an option. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Till next time, have a great night. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Thank you.